Welcome back to another episode of the Village Group Chat.
That's right. I'm excited just to have you guys here, just to be able to connect and talk more about just different topics.
Yes, and our whole goal is to provide hope, encouragement, and practical tips as we navigate our families. And hopefully we help you while you're navigating yours too.
Yeah. We are all in this together. That's real.
We're in it together.
Yeah, we're not just family. You know, we're not just friends. We're family.
Yeah, village. We the village.
The village. That's
Period.
right.
We the village.
The village. No, that's great.
But yeah, we want to welcome everybody. And we're just excited to be able to come and talk to y'all and each other week after week.
Yeah, another element that we added this year was just YouTube.
Yeah.
We had some individuals.
So now they can see us. Now you guys can see us.
Yeah, I know. So we got to make sure the lineup is straight, or, the hair is, make sure the outfits are better.
Yeah.
Because typically I'm just wearing like an undershirt or something.
I'm telling you, it's horrible. It's horrible. But we didn't even introduce ourselves. I'm Selikka Wood.
And I'm Mike Rodgers.
We just assuming they know us.
Well, they know me.
This may be a lot of our listeners' first time. That's who we be.
Yeah, and encourage some of your people in your community to connect with us.
Yes.
We would love for that to happen. And if they were looking to connect with us, how would they be able to connect?
You guys can email us at villagegroupchat@gmail.com if you want to email us and encourage us. Send us some questions or concerns. Hopefully you don't have no concerns, because we try to keep it together. But even if you have some things you want us to discuss on the show.
Some topics.
Some topics. We could always use those. Or you can hit us up on IG at The Village Group Chat. And I'm on IG as well. My personal page is no_ordinary_mom. Hit me up.
Yeah. And mine isn't as complicated as hers. Mine is Mike J. Rodgers.
I mean, it is Rodgers with the D, right? I mean, okay.
See, but you got it. I said it enough that you got it. Yeah.
I mean, I've known you for some time, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't finish. Sorry.
I know. I'm used to that.
How do they find you on IG?
Mike J. Rodgers 1. Mm-hmm. Mike J. Rodgers, RODGERS. Mike
the
J.
number
Rodgers 1.
Don't forget
That's right. Number 1.
All right. Our getting to know you. These are random questions that we just ask about one another. I learned something new last week, so you guys might actually learn something new. We want you to just learn new things about us, and sometimes we learn new things about each other. I mean, I've known you a long time, and I didn't. Last week, I learned that he was an obedient child. Who knew?
Wow.
So these are just random questions just to give you guys an idea of just kind of like who we are as people. Mm-hmm. All right. For your last meal, if you could have one last meal, what would it be? What would it consist of? And it got to be, it got to be an appetizer, a meal, and a dessert, and a drink.
Okay. Caesar salad as an appetizer.
Okay.
A crab cake. I gotta have a crab cake.
Okay.
As a meal.
What's your sides though?
Sides. I could do broccoli. Some fries. Of course, you gotta have some fries. Then for dessert, I'm old school traditional apple pie. Just give me an apple pie.
Oh yeah, you do like. I knew that. I did know you like apple pie.
Just give me an apple pie.
Okay, you got a favorite apple pie, right? I think they closed.
Founding Farmers.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, you can never go wrong with them. And so I believe it was for Father's Day when I was able to get their apple pie. I just felt like I was in heaven. That made my day.
Oh man, I was thinking about that place in Bowie. I think they closed down, but I think you told me about
Best
it.
Pie.
Yeah, Best Pie.
Best Pie. That now the gentleman who was running Best Pie, the chef. He had a terrible attitude. He was
putting that man business
terrible personality, but and then it was crazy because it didn't matter if you were a customer, a long-term customer, you know, or somebody who was going in there for the first time. He was so disrespectful, but eating that pie, man, he could talk to me any way he wants. It did not matter. As good as that pie was, and them pies was expensive too. It was like $27.
You encouraged that bad behavior. Man. You should blame yourself.
Hey, man, he could talk to me any way he wants. Give me that apple pie.
All right, my last meal would be, all right, for my appetizer, I love potato skins.
Okay.
A lot of places don't sell those anymore. When we were younger, they did.
Yeah.
I remember Applebee's used to sell them, but I make them at home. But I love potato skins. And for my meal, it would probably be, I like soul food, but it would probably be lamb chops.
Okay.
Brussels sprouts.
Okay.
And mashed potatoes, even though I already had the potato skins. But I don't want 2 vegetables. I could do a salad. Yeah, salad. Okay.
You never go wrong with a salad.
Yes. And for my dessert would be a warm, gooey brownie. I love brownies.
Where it sounded like it wasn't just a general brownie. Like you said, a warm gooey brownie.
I make it home.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if you remember, Applebee's used to have this sizzling apple pie.
Oh yeah.
Man, I go for that too.
Yeah.
If it come out sizzling.
Yeah.
If it can't sizzle, then I don't want it.
Then you don't want it.
But yeah.
Okay. So shoot, you just heard about us, what our ideal meal is. We want to find out from you, what would be your ideal meal? Now, again, you have to do the appetizer.
Yeah.
You got to let us know what you will be eating.
Yeah.
And you got to know a nightcap, how you going to close it out.
Yeah, and it's just because we nosy and we want to know. And I'm hungry right now.
Yeah,
I'm planning to go to Chipotle as soon as I leave.
Nah, that's real. That's real. Well, we got some conversations that we need to have, the work to do. And it was something that I was exposed to for a long time ago, but it really just kind of was resonating more with me in this season that we're in, like COVID season, being home, being present. Now I thank God that everything's opening back up, and it doesn't seem as much when you contract COVID. It seems as if there's some medications or things that they have in place.
Yeah.
But
vaccinations.
Yeah, vaccinations. Yeah, all those things are helpful. But one of the things that really stood out to me was when we would be in that same physical space, day in, day out, of understanding how we are wired from a love perspective.
Yeah.
There's a guy by the name of Gary Chapman who came up with the whole concept or idea of the 5 love languages. All right, do you remember any of them?
I do. Yeah, I know all of them.
You know all of them?
I do.
All right, well shoot, let me test you on that.
I'm like the love doctor. I know when it comes to love, I know all about it. Love, romance, dating. What you need?
So you are. It seems like you're delaying just to remember.
So you got quality time.
Okay, quality time.
Acts of service.
Acts of service.
Words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation.
Physical touch.
Physical touch.
Can I bring that back? Physical touch. Look, I'm married.
You got one more.
God, that's what I get for being cocky.
Yes, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Hold up.
I start over.
Acts of service.
Acts of service.
Physical touch.
Physical touch.
Words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation.
Quality time.
Quality time.
Did I say acts of service already?
You said acts of service. It's something like, let's say if you love that I would buy you something.
Yes.
That's what I was about to say.
That's at the bottom of my list.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you really can't blame me for forgetting it because it means nothing.
Yeah. So give you a little bit more details. When it comes to somebody who really feels love through words of affirmation, it's giving them feedback, and I'm saying positive feedback. Like, hey, your presence here today was invaluable. Like, I couldn't have done this without you. Giving encouraging words to help them feel loved. Physical touch, and it doesn't always have to be sexual. It's just genuine hugs.
But it don't hurt if you're married.
yeah. But just the physical touch, even just from like holding hands, because there are a lot of individuals. I see us in the park.
Yeah.
Holding hands and walking down the street.
Feet.
Yeah, all of those things.
Caressing your face.
Yeah, and those are, and different people love to be loved in those physical ways. Something else that's important, receiving gifts. I mean, it doesn't have to be, and some people don't. Now, there are some people who enjoy and appreciate gifts that cost a little bit more, just the season of life and experience that they are in.
Throw it in the bag.
Just throw it in the bag. But just for for individuals who like just small little things, or just, hey, you're going out of town, I was thinking about you, so I got this from the airport, or you were just on my mind. Those who receive gifts. The last two things are quality time. Hey, just spend time with me. Just be present. I just want you. It doesn't matter what we're doing. We could be hanging on the couch and watching a TV series, or we could be walking down the street, or riding in the car together, going on trips. Quality time, and then acts of service. There are people who genuinely feel loved by, hey, let me cut the grass, or let me fold the clothes, or let me clean the house. Let me take care of those things just to make you feel loved.
Yeah.
So those really are the 5 love languages. This is made very popular by Gary Chapman.
Yeah.
So, question for you: In what ways have your relationship grown since you've started utilizing the 5 love languages?
I think that it's important. I mean, what you said, how you kind of started the conversation with, it teaches you, it doesn't teach you, it gives you some type of awareness of knowing how the other person enjoys being loved. And it's funny because in some instances, if you aren't meeting that need, that person literally doesn't think that you love them. They can start to draw that conclusion that you don't love and care about them because you aren't doing these certain things. And so I think that it brings the conversation to the forefront by taking the test, because you can go to I think it's 5lovelanguages.com, or you can Google it, 5 love languages, and it's a test you can take to see if you actually like where you rank yourself on there. But I remember DeMont and I took it when we were dating.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we were dating, and I know you probably won't believe this, but our love languages were all in the same order.
What do you mean?
Like we had our
both
top,
of y'all.
Yes, they mirrored one another.
Wow.
Yes, and I recently took it again, probably a few weeks ago, when I was doing our devotionals. We was creating the devotionals for the family ministry. Also, if you like to download
that's
that
a nice
free,
plug.
yes,
go ahead.
those free devotionals, you can text FLG to 51555 and gain access to those. But so I was doing like some research about the devotional that I was working on. So I was like, let me take the test again. And my test was the same, except acts of service had moved up, but quality time and physical touch was still my number 1 and my number 2, and then number 3 was acts of service. And I really think that's because I've matured and had more responsibilities and more kids, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. That's interesting. Like mine is physical touch, and I mean
Is your number 1?
Yeah,
okay.
Hands down. Like even just, and again, there are definitely desires that I have when it comes to the relationship that I have with my wife, but like I mean, like I could be having bad moments, bad days, extremely frustrated, and like her literally just coming and putting her hand on my shoulder, man, I feel like everything's all good now, everything's better. So again, that's something I believe is important when it comes to our relationships, and really something that I desire. Because
we commonly will try to love people the way that 5 love languages has been talked about for forever. I feel like it's been a long time, but it's common that we try to love people the way they want to be. I mean, the way we want to be loved, and then when they aren't receptive to it, it's just like you don't appreciate it. You don't appreciate this. And so I think taking the test and even having the conversations after you take the test, talking to your partner and just kind of discussing like what that looks like, because I don't think that just because something is your number 1 or number 2, like that makes you up as a person, or your love is exclusive to that. That doesn't mean that if acts of service is my number 1, or quality time is my number 1, and that doesn't mean I don't enjoy a gift every now and again just because that's number 5 on my list. Know, so I think just kind of like talking to your partner and communicating that. But it was no surprise that mine and DeMont's top was quality time, and I think that's why we date so much, and we genuinely like enjoy being around each other. Yeah,
that's good. Even, I know you guys, I mean, shoot, if you look on Instagram, y'all just be all over the place. Y'all be going out of town on the weekends, but just an opportunity to like really create or build something.
Like we really like each other in real life. You know what I mean? So I think it ain't one of those things where you like, dang, you always with your husband or you always with your wife. Like that it's so natural for us because we really be having fun together. You know, whenever you think about doing something fun with somebody, you gonna call the person that you have fun with.
Yeah.
It just works out that way.
Yeah, that's important. So when it comes to the love languages for adults or our partners, that's one thing. What do you think about the 5 love languages for kids?
You know, Gary Chapman has a book for that too.
Yeah.
And I read that book, I think when I had my second kid, because I wanted to see what the difference was. And that right there brought a level of awareness, because you think that whenever you hear people talk about 5 love languages, it's normally always in a romantic they're talking about like a romantic relationship, but the 5 love languages with your children, like that's a thing too. And the same things apply: the quality time, the physical touch. You said something about how you make your like if she came and rubbed her hand on your shoulder, I don't know if you say your leg, whatever. That you said that it makes your day better. I have one of my kids is like that. Like she's always holding my hand. She'll just walk up to me and want to give me a hug or rub my face or whatever. And I also know that when she's anxious, that's how she likes it. Like she had to go to the dentist and she last Thursday, and she was so nervous, and so I pulled my chair up and I could tell that she was super anxious, and I just started rubbing her leg and she instantly just calmed down. But reading that book and identifying like this is how she receives love best. Imagine if she came up to me and wanted to give me a hug and I was like, would you stop? I didn't have to. Can you stop doing that? That could translate to her that I don't love her.
Feel loved. Yeah. And it's important too, because even in that book, they've talked about how children are developing in so many different areas in your life. So instead of just giving them or just focusing on one aspect of love for them, their love language is still being developed. So making sure as parents, we are choosing to love them from multiple directions or in multiple ways. And that's one of the strategies I found important, because as my daughter she's 6 going on 16, 26, always vocal, and then now I'm starting to see where it seems as if physical touch is something that she really appreciates and enjoys. Like she'll say, "Hey, Dad, air hug," you know, or then sometimes we do physically hug, and I make sure in the nighttime routine. But now you could just see she always wants, especially when it's my wife, she just wants to be hugged up, snugged up underneath, watching TV. So I'm starting to see that more physical approach, but she still enjoys gifts, quality conversations, all of those different things.
Yeah, like you said, it's constantly evolving, and I think I think for every parent, I would really encourage them to read that book, especially if you are a parent of multiples. Yeah, because you can do one thing with one kid and another, something different with another kid, and try to do that same thing with another kid, and they will not be receptive. Well. They don't receive it the same way. And so I just think it gives you just like a level of awareness to be like, when you start I remember when I was reading the 5 love languages for children, as I was reading through it, I was just like, this is exactly how Sage is, or that's why Dylan is like that. It just kind of like light bulbs went off.
Yeah. And then as parents, we are their first gateway or first experience of relationships. That is true. Like growing and building relationships with people. Now, again, aunts and uncles, those are important. Your support system is important, but we have the main role and responsibilities.
Yeah, and it's an opportunity to nurture something that's within them. It's kind of just like learning about them on a deeper level. Yeah.
That's good. Good. So, really, I'm like, man, just even coming up with certain ideas, or just thinking about, as we've been having this conversation, like just asking myself this question: have I been loving my wife the way she desires to be loved? Have I been loving my kids and being active my parents, my friends. Like, what are some more things that I can do to help the people who are important or priorities to me feel loved?
Yeah, so that's what you're pondering on.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about it. Now I have some stuff for them when we're closing out, but that's something. Even just having this conversation has really helped me just kind of evaluate my life. Like, what more could I be doing if not? So, okay.
Yeah, I think for me, my takeaway or encouragement for our listeners would be to do, especially this can be for romantic relationships or non-romantic relationships, even parental, you being a parent, is to do like check-ins with the people that you are loving on.
It's important.
Yeah, and asking those questions, how does it make you feel when you feel the most, let's go there, let's give like a prompt. You feel the most loved when this happens. You feel the least loved when I do this. Is there anything recently that I've done or said to you that's hurt your feelings? Yeah. Like, try to dig deeper into those things so that you can make sure that you're loving the people that you have been blessed to love properly.
Yeah. Yeah, I like what you said. Loving the people you have been blessed to love, because it's a blessing to be able to receive love, but most importantly, love them. Yeah. If you were looking for some ideas or strategies to love somebody who may be wired differently than you, that's why I believe Gary Chapman provided an app. It's called the Love Nudge.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so inside of it, like, he'll break down the 5 love languages, but then also give recommendations on things that you could do to make that person feel loved. And the thing about it is, even if you try something and that doesn't necessarily go over well, don't give up.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, they didn't feel best love through this way. Let me try something else. Let me continue to move forward with my commitment and the responsibility that I have to love my family, love my partner, my spouse, all those different things. Yeah,
and don't always feel like you gotta guess. Don't be afraid to ask. Ask those people. I am just like an advocate for just like say what you want. Have those conversations where it's not just you playing the guessing game. Well, let me see if I buy her some flowers. How's she gonna take to that? Like, maybe ask her, would you like some? Is this something that would make you feel appreciated and loved? Like, give people the benefit of the doubt. I feel like they deserve that much.
Yeah. I think even having moments where you're cutting off the TV and like talking and checking in, it doesn't have to be long, but that's a way to go deeper into your relationship, but then even go deeper into how discovering more about how they feel loved.
Yes. So I feel if my husband is listening, I feel very.
All right, hold on now.
No, I was gonna say when I have Chipotle with 2 dressings. When you bring that home.
Those 2 dressings are expensive. I'm just saying.
That makes me feel loved. But this was good. This was a good episode, and I hope that it was helpful to everyone listening. Or watching. I keep forgetting we're on YouTube now. Watching.
You gotta talk to our people who are tuning in with us by just watching. It's cool.
If you want to connect with us outside of the podcast, you can email us at villagegroupchat@gmail.com, or you can hit us on IG. Just give us your feedback. Let us know what's going on with you in your village at the Village Group Chat. And I'm on Instagram, like I said, at no_ordinary_mom.
And I'm on Instagram at Mike J. Rodgers 1. That's Mike J. Rodgers, RODGERS. Don't forget that D, because you'll be communicating with somebody, but you ain't gonna be connecting with me. But Mike J. Rodgers 1 on Instagram.
And we will talk to you guys next week.
That's right. See you later.
Bye.